Amnesty International has urged governments worldwide to tackle systemic racism, highlighting its persistent impact on marginalized communities in areas such as policing, labor, and refugee treatment. Amnesty International has called on governments worldwide to take urgent action against racism, describing it as an ongoing structural crisis that continues to harm marginalized communities. The organization said racial discrimination remains embedded in systems ranging from policing and migration policies to labor practices, refugee treatment, and the spread of hate speech on digital platforms. The rights group noted that racial injustice persists 6 decades after the adoption of the International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination in 1965. Despite this landmark treaty, Amnesty said millions of people continue to face exclusion, abuse, and inequality rooted in race, ethnicity, and skin color across different regions. Amnesty cited documented cases of excessive police violence in Brazil, particularly in low-income neighborhoods of Rio de Janeiro, where most victims are of African descent. It also highlighted mass arrests and deportations in Tunisia targeting black refugees and asylum seekers, as well as abusive working conditions faced by African domestic workers in several countries. In the United States, the organization raised concern over the rollback of diversity and equality initiatives aimed at addressing systemic racism. It also reported large-scale immigration raids and deportations, during which some detainees were allegedly subjected to mistreatment, neglect, or torture while in custody. Amnesty warned that digital technologies are amplifying racist narratives, pointing to social media algorithms that allow hate speech to spread with limited oversight. It referenced an investigation into unrest in the UK town of Southport, which found that online platforms enabled incitement against Muslim and migrants. Linking present-day racism to the legacies of colonialism and slavery, Amnesty said countries most affected by discrimination are now leading global accountability efforts. It cited international legal actions, growing calls for reparations, and urged governments to fully implement anti-racism conventions, warning that treating racism as a problem of the past threatens justice, coexistence, and human rights globally.